everybody, I am back with another makeup video, and this one is going to come from some of my commenters that were trying to tell me ways to make the Seint makeup less oily. That seems to be my most popular video that I've made, giving my opinion on what I thought of the Seint makeup. I did an unboxing video as well as several weeks of wear, and my biggest issue with this makeup was that it was super oily. So one person had recommended that I try a silicone-free primer, which I got. I got a very inexpensive Wet n Wild Impossible silicone-free primer that I'm gonna try today. I got something really inexpensive just in case it doesn't work. I didn't waste much money. So I am gonna try that. Another person recommended that I do not use any moisturizer. So I do not have any moisturizer on today, and I'm not gonna put any on just to see if that helps. And someone else recommended trying a finishing spray with a little bit of powder on top of that, and then putting the makeup on and repeating and see if that helps the oil level. So we're gonna try all these things today, and I'm gonna come back at the end of the day to let you know if there was any change. I'm totally open to liking this makeup if I can figure out how to make it less oily so I am not closed off. So far, I am not impressed, but you can change my mind if your suggestions actually work. So we're gonna go ahead and try this. No moisturizer, just silicone-free primer. I'm gonna probably put it on most of my face this time. Normally I would just kind of do the T-zone, but I'm gonna put it everywhere since my main issue with this makeup is the oil level. So I'm gonna put it everywhere because it's pretty much oily everywhere when I use it. So if I look really tired today, it's because I am. I just got back from a 9-hour flight from Alaska. It's been on my bucket list to visit Alaska for most of my life, and I finally got to go. My brother treated us for my mom's 70th birthday and me and my fiance's wedding, and he paid for everything, and we're so thankful. It was a great time. It was one of the most beautiful states I've ever seen, but I did lose a lot of sleep. They're 4 hours behind over there. It's daylight 21 hours out of the day, so that really messed me up, and then I couldn't sleep a wink on the flight back. So I am like so tired, but I wanted to get home and do this video since so many people were giving so many good suggestions on what to try with this makeup. So I've got my face primed with the silicone-free primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with another suggestion, which was to take a setting spray on top of the primer. And this is just the e.l.f. Makeup Mist. I'm gonna put a light spritz of that. Okay, let that dry. And another suggestion somebody made in my comments was, since I'm used to loose powder, was for the vanilla powder, just kind of scrape it to where the powder is loose, and I can use that more like a loose powder. So I'm gonna try that as well. And I'm gonna use this powder in this video since it's gonna be all things Seint makeup again. So, all right, that's about dry. So I'm just gonna take my thumb and kind of scrape a little bit of this vanilla powder up. Just kind of like that. And go in with the fluffy end of this great Amazon brush and just dab it lightly. I don't think you need much, just a light coat. And this helps. I really appreciate the tips. I'm willing to try anything you all tell me to help a situation. And I really do want to like this makeup. I really do, because like the all-in-one thing is so cool. It would help so much with travel. I didn't even take this one to Alaska with me because of the oil levels, which is one of the whole reasons I bought it, because I knew I was going to Alaska and I could only have one checked baggage. And I wanted to save space, but I didn't even take this with me, so. Okay, so I got a light thing of powder, finishing spray. So sometimes I will dot the Seint makeup on, but this time I'm just gonna use the brush that I got off of Amazon. And I'm going to put, some people even said maybe I was putting too much on, but honestly, I've tried different levels of this makeup. A lot, a little, a medium amount, and the amount just doesn't seem to matter. It's oily regardless, and it also has not lasted very long I felt like by the end of the day, it kind of looks bad and it didn't last very long. So let's see if this will help. I'm using my two lighter colors because I am not tan right now. I don't have any tanner on. So I'm using my lighter colors. And I am doing a lighter coverage today. I think a lighter coverage would give you a better chance of not being oily as a thick amount would be. I can already tell it's a little bit harder to put on, like it's not blending as easily, and that's probably because of the powder that I put on. It's making it hard to blend. Harder, it's not really hard, but harder to blend. I have appreciated all your comments and feedback, and I try to respond to everyone. And I do appreciate all the tips that you're giving me as well. Okay, so I just got a light coat. I'm gonna put a little bit more in here. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the tapered end and go with the lightest color in the corner and underneath my eyes. Hooey. It takes a lot out of you to fly. We had a layover in Seattle, and sadly my parents got sick, and my brother. Me and my fiance, luckily, did not. There's just so much germs around airports. Okay. All right, so I am gonna go in with, let's see if I can find a brush, kind of like a puffier brush, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the bronzer because I feel like I am super duper white, almost too much. So I'm just gonna go in and bronze my face up just a little bit before I put my contour and stuff on. That looks a little better there. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my contour, and I'm just gonna use like a tapered brush like this. It's super dry. And I put this on with my fingers, with brushes, with beauty blenders. I've kind of tried a bunch of different methods just to see what works best. I'm going to blend that in a little bit more in just a minute. Just kind of applying it. Blend. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go in with my favorite blush, which is the Black Cherry, because I haven't really been able to see the other one very well. It's super light. I would definitely go for the darker colors, but I have yet to feel like this makeup is worth the $200 investment so far. Okay, blend. That in just a little bit more. Okay, now let's do do that nose contour that I do every time. I'm gonna go in with my middle fingers and go down my nose. A little more. Take a little brush. Thank you. Let's blend that. Okay, looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go in with the puffier end of this brush, and we're gonna use the vanilla powder today since we're using everything out of the Seint palette. And I'm gonna just scrape a little again with my thumb to make it more like a loose powder, because I'm definitely more of a loose powder girl than a pressed powder girl. So let's go ahead, take the tapered end for underneath the eyes. And the fluffier end for the rest of the face. Let's get a little more of that powder. Okay, I'm gonna go in and use some of it. This highlight is a little bit, I don't want to say too shiny, too silvery. I don't even remember what color I chose, but it's on the bottom. I don't feel like taking it out, but I am gonna use a little bit of that since I'm using all things Seint today. Just a very light bit of highlight, because you do not need much. It's super pigmented, almost a little too light for me. The tip of the nose, Cupid's bow. Okay, so I've done the setting powder. Let me see. Definitely feels a little less tacky. So maybe this will work. Maybe your suggestions will work. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna end with the setting spray. So I did the silicone-free primer, then I did finishing spray, let it dry, and then I did the vanilla powder, the makeup, then more powder, and the finishing spray. So let's do that. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. I am gonna use eyeshadow out of my Seint palette and finish everything up so I don't run this tape too long, and then come back with it all done, and then I'll come back several hours later tonight to see if this method helped with the oils. So I will be back in just. Hey guys, I'm back with my makeup done, and I'm gonna kind of go about my day and see if your suggestions have helped with the greasiness of this makeup, which has been the problem that I've had with it, as well as staying power. It's kind of, to me, good couple hours and it starts to wear off, and by the end of the day it just looks a mess. So I'm gonna test that out as well. So just giving you a little close up. It looks pretty good right now. I definitely can feel like it doesn't feel quite as tacky, which is a good sign, so maybe it will hold up. So I have high hopes that maybe these methods will definitely help so I can use this makeup, because I did spend a lot of money on it and I never did return it because I wanted to try different things to help it. And I will let you know if this worked out. I'll be back 5 to 7 hours and check in and let you know how it holds up and if these methods helped. And until then, I will talk to you soon. Hey guys, I am back, and it has been probably about 7 hours since my last video. And I'm gonna say, there is a definite improvement, no doubt, definite improvement. I'm not quite sure if it is coming from the silicone-free primer or if it is coming from the setting spray and powder, and then powder and setting spray. I may actually break it up into a couple more videos of doing just the silicone-free primer and then the finishing spray and powder technique. But I'm gonna say it's not perfect, but there's a huge improvement. My face is really not greasy. I will say the staying power is still so-so. It's not nearly as bad as it was, but it is still, the staying power is not nearly as good as some of my other foundation that I use. But I would say a considerable improvement in the greasiness of this makeup using the techniques that I talked about in the earlier part of the video. So I didn't go like a full day because since I had come back from my flight, I didn't get makeup on earlier in the day, so I didn't put it on till later in the afternoon. So I didn't wear it as long as I normally do. So I may do another video of putting it on early in the morning and then checking back in like 12 to 15 hours later, late at night, and see how it holds up like through a whole day. But let me get up close. But it looks good in the mirror. I can kind of see where it's coming off the chin area, kind of in this area a little, and in the nose. But for the most part, a big improvement. So I appreciate the suggestions and things to try, because I would wear this again using this method to make it not so greasy. But I may try it a couple different ways to see where the help actually came from, since I did try several things and it did definitely improved. Still wouldn't say it's my favorite makeup in the world, not the longest staying makeup in the world, but if you have this Seint makeup and are having problems with it being oily or greasy, then try this method, because it definitely helps. So until next time, I do know some people have been commenting that I look really young for 39, so I am planning to do a skincare regimen that I do with my face every morning and every night, if you guys want those tips. So that's probably one of the next couple of videos coming up. But until then, I will talk to you later. Bye.